Hello dear students, welcome in our medical tutorial. So in this tutorial, I am going to teach you how to do a general physical examination of a patient. So whenever a patient comes in your clinic, remember to do vital signs, proper history taking, and a clinical examination. So what are some of the prerequisites for you to do before you start a general physical examination? So the patient should be in a comfortable, quiet and private area. So the patient should be in a comfortable, quiet and private area. So remember, always stand at the right hand side of the patient. This will help you for you to examine a front part of the organs of the body. So remember, general physical examination is done during a daylight because skin changes are better appreciated in a natural light. So never try to do in an artificial light. So a male doctor should examine a male patient and a female doctor should examine a female patient. This will protect the doctor from accusation of immodesty. So proper exposure of the patient is very, very important. So the patient should be in a ubiquitous position. So proper exposure of the patient is very important. You must also reassure the patient importance of doing of that examination. You must also take consent of the patient. For example, we have here now 6 brilliant tips whenever you're doing a general physical examination of a patient. The first one is pallor, the second one is icterus, the third one is cyanosis, the fourth is clapping, the fifth is lymphadenopathy, the sixth is edema. For example, now we want to examine pallor. How do you examine pallor? For example, you instruct the patient to look upward, then the lower eyelids are retracted down. So you check for pallor. So instruct the patient to look upward and lower eyelids are retracted down. So this is how we examine pallor in the lower palpebral conjunctiva. You also instruct the patient to protrude his tongue to check for pallor. You can check for pallor. You can also examine pallor in the pelvis. You can also examine pallor here. You can also examine pallor in the fingers. So to rule out for anemia. So we do pallor to rule out for anemia. So you can use to check for pallor in the fingers, in the pelvis, and in the mouth, also in the lower palpebral conjunctiva. So let us go for icterus. So icterus is the yellow discoloration of the skin, tissue, and body fluid caused by deposition of bile pigment. So how will you examine for icterus to rule out for jaundice? So, for example, you instruct the patient to look down and upper eyelids are retracted upwards. Then you can look for yellow discoloration of the sclera. This is how you examine jaundice. You can also check for yellow discoloration of the skin. Yeah, this is how you can do for icterus. The third one is cyanosis. Cyanosis is the bluish discoloration of the skin and mucous membrane due to decreased hemoglobin level in the blood. So there are two areas where to look for cyanosis. We have the peripheral cyanosis and the central cyanosis. So peripheral cyanosis you can check for in the orbital region. You can check for any bluish discoloration of the skin. You can also check for central cyanosis in the mouth. So you instruct the patient to open his mouth. So you look for bluish discoloration of the mouth, maybe the tongue and in the lips. So this is how you can examine for cyanosis. So now what is clapping? Clapping is the bulbous enlargement of the soft part of the nail. So clapping is the bulbous enlargement of the soft part of the nail. So you can examine palpus here. So if there's palpus enlargement of the nail, so you can check for nail fluctuation. So this is how you examine clapping. So and it's caused due to increased arteriosclerosis, anastomosis, or venous decomposition. So we also have lymphadenopathy. Lymphadenopathy is the enlargement of the lymph node. It's the enlargement of the lymph node. So you can check for lymph node maybe in the orbital or neck region. You can check for lymph node here if the size and shape of the lymph node, and maybe also tender. for lymph nodes. So you can check. You can also check for lymph node in the ambit. You can check for lymph nodes. So it is caused due to inflammatory cause like TB, syphilis, severe infection, and neoplastic. So this is how you are going to examine for lymph node pathway. So we go for edema. Edema is the accumulation of fluid in the interstitial spaces of the skin. So edema is the fluid accumulation in the interstitial spaces of the skin. So how will you examine edema? So there are two types of edema. We have localized edema and generalized edema. We also have beating edema and unbeaten edema. So you can check edema in the lower medial malleus of the leg. For example, you can check here for edema. You apply pressure in the medial malleus to rule out for edema. So you can see there's no edema. You can also check at the lower leg here. You can check for edema. So you can check there for edema. So now what is the cause of edema? Edema can be caused maybe for cardiac failure, congestive heart failure, or renal cause, for example, nephrotic syndrome, or for example, liver pathology like liver cirrhosis, or maybe hyperproteinemia to rule out for anemia. So this is the most important areas where you can look for general examination. So please, guys, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the channel, because I want to upload more content and more important videos which will be very beneficial for you. Please welcome.